Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from anywhere in the part of the world where you're watching me. Welcome to Kingdom Culture with myself, Peter Genesis. I'm your host by the special grace of God. And there's this topic that the Lord has placed in my heart to talk about today in the book of Psalm 92, verse 13. It says, "Those that are planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of our God." Those that are planted. It is only when something is planted that it will flourish. If something is not planted, it will know what? It will not flourish. Until you are planted, that is when you will flourish. So as a minister, as a creative in the gospel scene, find yourself in a place where you will be planted. Find yourself in a local church where you will be planted. It is until when you are planted in a church that you will flourish in the courts of our God, which means until when you are planted, that is when the glory of God will be seen through you. If you are not planted in a local church, it will be hard for you to flourish. Flourishing is beyond fame. Flourishing is beyond fame. Look at let me lay an example right now. Pastor Nathan Ebasi is planted in a church, in Redeemed Church, and look at it, the man of God is flourishing. So it's beyond. That's why sometimes with some people, there's some minister will come up within 1 year, 2 years, you don't hear about them again because they are not planted in the church. Dear minister, please be planted in a local church. The Bible says, "Those that are planted in the what? That are planted in the house of the Lord." It's not saying you are planted in the street, not planted in the planted in the industry. You must be planted in the house of the Lord. And the house of the Lord is a church. You must be planted under a leader. You must be planted to be. Let me set an example as an agriculturist. When you plant a fruit, when you plant a seed, it first dies, then it germinates. You get to a time you start pruning it, you weed it, you do all those things. So the process that you go through under a leadership in the house of the Lord. Those that are planted are those that will flourish, which means those that are not planted will not flourish. So dear creative, please make sure you find yourself in a church where you are planted so that you can what? So that you can flourish. God bless you.